Hi, it's Kathy. Welcome back to Kathy's Happy Home. I have 3 books that I've just read that I want to share with you today. One of them is very old, and one of them is sort of newer, so let me show you what's going on. The first one I read was Captive of the Delawares. This one is actually a children's book. And I had to take Joe to the emergency room a few months back, and I just grabbed a book, and this happened to be the book I grabbed. I haven't read it in a long while, and it was just as fascinating as the first time I read it. And you can tell that it's old. You can look at that. Here's the title page, and you know that the author is Evelyn Nevin, and you know that this is an old book. And the copyright is 1952. Has all of these line drawings in, which is very nice. And let me tell you a little bit about it. It's the true story of a Quaker family that was living right outside of Philadelphia, and the Delaware Indians were peaceful with them, except they decided to go on a warpath. And even though the father was a peace-loving person, the Indians came and they kidnapped the little boy and the daughter. They gave the little boy back when they found out he was crippled, but they took the daughter away. Her name was Frances, and let me see if I can find... I can't remember the last name. But in any case, there was one Indian that was friendly toward them and tried to warn them. Slocum, that was the last name. So they took her, and of course she was very upset, and but they gave her a good home, and after she had been there for years and years and years, she forgot even how to speak English. And she ended up marrying an Indian from the Miami tribe. She never went back. She had a chance to go back. You can see this picture where she's being carried away. She had a chance to go back to her family, but by that time she had been there like 30 years, and she said the Indians were really her family. It was a wonderful book, and I really enjoyed reading it. The next book I read was Answers to Questions About Heaven by David Jeremiah. As you can see, it's a little book. If I can pick it up, really small in size, and there's little pages like that, and there's questions like, why should I study heaven while I'm living on earth? Or, how old will children be in heaven? The topics are, what's up with heaven? Where are they now? What about children? Won't heaven be boring? What's up with angels? Heaven's rebels? Angels and you? The ultimate extreme makeover? Heaven's Oscars? The heavenly city? Worship in heaven? While on earth is the millennium? The new heaven and the new earth? And then, of course, the conclusion. Very fast reading. You may not agree with everything in here, but it's certainly a wonderful book to read and get some ideas on things. David Jeremiah, in my opinion, can't be beat for his theological teachings. Very quick read, very nice. So that's Answers to Questions About Heaven by David Jeremiah. The last book is a book that my sister gave me for my birthday. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but it's The Little Book of Hygge, Danish Secrets to Happy Living by Mike Viking. And he's the CEO of the Happiness Research Institute in Copenhagen. I had heard about Hygge from Diane in Denmark and her YouTube channel. And I was intrigued by it. Hygge is something that you can't really explain. It's coziness, it's warmth, it's when it's a cold winter's night and you're inside with a cup of hot chocolate and the fireplace going and some nice music. Just that good feeling that we have. Again, a really fast read. They have different topics like light and togetherness. Let me see. We need to talk about Hygge. Food and drink, clothing, home. Hygge outside the home. Hygge all year round. Hygge tour of Copenhagen. Hygge on the cheap. Christmas, summer Hygge. Is just a really sweet book. I couldn't put it down. I just kept reading and reading when I should have been doing other things. I just kept reading. I couldn't stop reading. The Little Book of Hygge. The Danes are famously the happiest people in the world, and Hygge is a cornerstone of their way of life. Hygge loosely translates as a sense of comfort, togetherness, and well-being. You know Hygge when you feel it. It is when you are cuddled up on a sofa with a loved one or sharing comfort foods with your closest friends. It's those crisp blue mornings when the light through your window is just right. It's about gratitude and savoring the simple pleasures in life. In short, it's the pursuit of everyday happiness. So those are my 3 recommendations. And I have a really big book coming up next because I just bought Mike Pence's new book on the date of publication, which, being a librarian, I always love to get books on the date of publication. I've started reading it so I could get through it quickly. I'm not going to get through it quickly. It's like this thick. But it's really interesting. And I have a couple more Christmas books that I'm interested in getting to. So hopefully you'll see it soon. What I am going to do this year, last year I did Vlogmas. And it was really tough getting things for every day to show you. And I'll tell you, the way my life is this year, I definitely will not get things for every day. But I will get it more than once a week to you. I'm hoping 3 times a week, but at least twice a week. So I hope you're looking forward to that. And I will be looking forward to bringing you all kinds of Christmassy stuff. But now I have to go make a pie, because it is our Pie and Praise service at church tonight. I have some apples that are on borderline, and it's time to put them in a pie. And I will be taping that and hopefully show it to you next week, along with my Thanksgiving Day. See you then. Thanks for watching.